Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my video. All right, this video we're gonna touch on a bunch of different symptoms, probably the top 5 bad symptoms of a bad crankshaft position sensor. So basically, um, cars these days, modern cars have many different sensors on board, and one of those sensors is the crankshaft position sensor. And this sensor can eventually fail over time, and when it does, it causes a bunch of different issues with the car. So a faulty crankshaft position sensor can pretty much turn on your car's check engine light, and it can leave you stranded. And it could also cause a crank no start issue. So let's go and detail what that crankshaft position sensor do to begin with. The crankshaft is a rotating assembly inside the engine that connects to the pistons and connecting rods. When the engine is running, the motion of the piston causes the crankshaft to turn, thereby creating a rotational force needed to move the vehicle. The crankshaft position sensor essentially measures the position and speed of the engine's crankshaft. The sensor creates a signal by pretty much reading a toothed or notched wheel that is usually located on the crankshaft or the harmonic balancer. For this reason, the crankshaft position sensor is often at the front bottom side of the engine, though this can vary. Your engine's computer, which is often called the PCM, the ECU, or the ECM, uses the crankshaft position sensor signal to calculate spark timing and, in a lot of cases, fuel injector synchronization. The PCM could also use the crankshaft position sensor signal when managing other functions, such as the variable valve timing system if the vehicle is equipped with one. And pretty much on all vehicles after 1996, the module also uses the crankshaft position sensors to detect engine misfires. So let's go and talk about the symptoms of a bad crankshaft position sensor. Because the crankshaft position sensor is a primary input to the PCM, the sensor can cause a range of different issues when it fails. Some of the most common bad crankshaft position sensors pretty much include one of these symptoms. You're obviously gonna get a check engine light. The PCM, which is the car's computer, monitors the crankshaft position sensor and its circuits. If the module detects a problem, it will turn on the check engine light and store a diagnostic trouble code in its memory. Also, failing crankshaft position sensor can cause an engine not to start. A gas-powered engine needs 3 things to run: a spark, an air-fuel mixture, and compression. When the crankshaft position sensor fails, the PCM doesn't know when to fire the spark plugs and post the fuel injectors. As a result, the engine may be starved of fuel or spark, resulting in a vehicle that refuses to start. It might crank. The starter will probably be able to crank the engine, but it will not fire up. You probably get hard starting or stalling. When the crankshaft position sensor is faulty, it might produce a weak or erratic signal rather than failing completely. As a result, your car or truck could exhibit hard starting and or stalling due to improper spark and fuel delivery. So a faulty an erratic crankshaft position sensor can cause the PCM to miscalculate fuel injector pulse and spark timing, resulting in an engine that runs rough and misfires. As the driver, you'll probably be able to tell how subtle or serious that misfire is, because your car is gonna be shaking or stumbling, and that may intensify when you're accelerating, and if not corrected, that misfire can actually damage your engine. Also, you would probably get a reduced fuel economy. Obviously, this is reserve engine that's running rough and misfiring, and because of that, it's gonna experience a reduction in fuel efficiency. A bad crankshaft position sensor may also prevent fuel saving equipment such as the variable valve timing and cylinder deactivation systems from working properly. So you're probably wondering at this point whether you can drive a bad crankshaft position sensor. And in a lot of cases, a bad crankshaft position sensor will prevent the car from starting, which in turn will keep you from being able to drive the car. But even if you were able to get your car to drive with a bad crankshaft position sensor, let's say it does send some kind of signal to the engine, but the computer, the CPM is reading that it's not reading the signal correctly, you're going to have a misfire. Even if you were able to drive it, the car would drive very, very rough. In any case, to figure out whether you have a crankshaft, a faulty crankshaft position sensor, you can buy an OBD2 reader from Walmart. You can plug it in, and it'll tell you whether there's a code for the crankshaft position sensor. In most cases, a code will come up if your crankshaft position sensor has issues. Anyway, hope this has helped you guys out in trying to figure out your car issues. If you guys have any personal experiences with a bad crankshaft position sensor, definitely leave a comment in the comment section. Maybe I'll help somebody else out. Please give me a thumbs up, please subscribe, all that good stuff. Right, guys, take care.